maybe 2 people. Hi, I'm Callie, aka C.E. Hoffman. I'm a local, traditionally published author of general weirdness. And tonight, we are here to celebrate the release of my second short story collection, Losers and Freaks, which was just released by Corinthia Press. First of all, I'm amazed and delighted by how many of you have already bought the book. But for those of you who haven't looked at the back of the book yet, I'm going to read the book jacket. A pixie and werewolf plan to thwart a prophecy. A medical mannequin attempts to foil a viral attack. A girl befriends a spider. A janitor stalks a ghost. And Cupid makes a deadly mistake. Losers and Freaks is a short story collection from author C.E. Hoffman, exploring the psychology and humanity of outcasts. C's second full-length release is worthy to its predecessor, Sluts and Whores, which helped earn the author a grant from the Alberta Foundation for the Arts. Welcome back to the big city, where you find magic and friends in the strangest places. Before we begin in earnest, I of course would like to start with a land acknowledgement. Let's please be mindful of the First Nations peoples who were here long before most of us and who continue to contribute to our culture and communities. There's not really any rules per se, especially since I know most of you, just a few general courtesies to consider. Please no talking during the performance, especially when I'm talking. And if you do want to record or take a photo on your phone, please be mindful of how that might impact the experience of the person standing behind you or sitting behind you. Apart from that, we have rented out the bistro area too, so if anyone does get triggered, they are welcome to head out there quietly. I'm not going to provide any content warnings because my whole life is a fucking content warning. And of course, see, I told someone that I put on mascara. It was Merrick, so I wouldn't cry. No, it's gonna happen, guys. It's gonna happen. Thank you so much for being here. I, of course, also want to thank the Grindstone and their spectacular staff for holding space for my weirdness. Definite thank you to my dear friend Jared and my dear sister Erin, who helped me set up the chairs, and a huge, huge, huge thank you to my amazing parents who are out there selling my books, which works out well because then they don't have to hear all of this freaky shit, so I think it actually works well for everyone. I would like to christen the evening with a poem from Ghosts, Trolls, and Other Things on the Internet. This chapbook was released by Bottle Cap Press in Brooklyn, which makes it all sound a lot cooler than it is. And the poem that I would like to read is Algorithms Suck, Finding Dora Maar. I Googled Dora Maar's art, but it was buried under Picasso's paintings of her tears. I finally found some. Women behind candelabras, women with stars for heads, and liked it better than bullshit cubism. But Dora Maar's mostly remembered as his beaten muse / lover. Another crying woman, crushed under a man's brush. I would like to be remembered for what I make, rather than who I inspire. Thanks. Applause is appreciated, but I guess snaps are cool too. Do you. Next, I'm going to read from my first baby, Sluts and Whores. This little bean was released by Thurston Howell Publications back in 2021 and was not nearly as successful as I hoped it would be. But I do have a fun announcement about this book, so stay tuned after the intermission to hear about that. And I want to read one called The Lie of Reality, which is very fun for me because its narrator is a creature very unique to my universe. It's called an observer. They're like guardian angels, only way more useless. Of course you're okay. You're the center of the universe, for God's sake. You dare to don leopard panties under a shrink-wrap mini that may actually be made of cellophane. You are the beauty and the beast, and bear both bear to the world. I tell you this, not because you never knew it, but because you need to be reminded, what with the looming rent and MIA roommates. When people say, it'll be okay, or it gets better, it rightly sounds like bullshit. But I do not embark to smother you with platitudes. I am only interested in truth. You are strong. You never meant to lead him on. You'll get through this. These are verified. How do I confirm something when it has yet to happen? Simple. I'm outside of time. Time complicates things. Outside of time, the world is easy, bright, and clean. Out here, it is clear to see your stressors are temporary. I am not your guardian angel. You're not quite special enough to have one. But you are special to me. I know you have 7 pairs of shoes, 2 dresses, 3 names. I know your red lipstick is too dark for your face. You have fucked up a bunch, and you're sorry. And it's okay. Don't believe me? Repeat. I am okay. Everything always works out for me. I am safe. The universe is friendly. These are trial run, seal approved, professionally certified certainties. Whether or not you believe in it, truth persists. Repeat these enough times, and you'll begin to see, hear, think, taste, and feel reality. You may even, for a moment, step outside of time. And then we just might meet. Until then, I send you my love. As ever, as always. Yeah, I like the snaps. All right, the man of the moment, losers and freaks, yay. So, like I said, this little baby has been released from Corencia Press in Chicago, which is nice and different for me because it's a publisher in a city that people actually know exists. so that's cool. And this one is inspired by a crazy, sweet little tabby cat that I know. And it's called Schrodinger's Cats. Waking up with her was wonderful. She insisted on touching only after she went to the washroom, so I killed time with a bong hit on the balcony. "So where's the cat?" I asked. "Oh," she said through the door. "Gone." My tabby rubbed up on my ankle. "Ha, very funny. She's right here." "Oh." She exited the washroom with the acid house toilet bowl mid-flush. "No, that's a decoy." "Ha, very funny. What did you do with the real one?" She wanted out in the middle of the night. What was I supposed to do? She was serious. "Yes, I'm serious. The cat wanted out, so I brought her onto the balcony. But then there was this portal." "Portal?" "A small one. I didn't think both of us could even fit, but when she went, I went too." "Where?" "Oh," she put the bookmark in her book. "Some alternate dimension." "What?" "It's not my fault. It's extremely easy to lose cats in alternate dimensions." So, a chill ran up my leg. "This cat is not your cat, not strictly speaking." She handed me my coffee, 1 cream, 1 sugar. I took my coffee, gave her a kiss, and headed to the balcony. "Say, where are you going?" she asked. "To find that damn portal and get my cat back?" "Oh." She walked onto the balcony with me. The air was crisp. The day had begun. "Are you sure you'll fit? You're taller than me." "I'll make do." "What about the other cat?" She indicated the alternate feline who had curled up in my tabby's bed. "It's not the same." "Why not? If this cat knows you and loves you, how is it any different from the original?" A chill went through my heart. "Are you?" "Not strictly. But what's it matter if it feels right?" Her hand found mine, and it fit. Really love the people who awed at like a creepy doppelganger alternate dimension. I love that. That's so wonderful. So as is always the case with when I'm nervous and talking fast, we've definitely gone through this faster than I expected because we're going to do one more poem and then it's already an intermission. But even if y'all don't need to stretch your legs yet, you can just enjoy the tunes and I can rest my voice, so deal. This is from Blood, Booze, and Other Things in Nature, another poetry chapbook. This one was released by Alien Buddha Press, and I don't even know what city they're from. It's very mysterious. And this is called Smash, Freedom, Part 4. Even worms bleed. Baby bumblebees hypnotized by cheap dye from Thailand, hallucinating efflorescent florals in my dress. No chance to decompress. Can these bruises file my taxes? Even frost-bitten half-wits are fuckable. Anyone can win the genetic lottery. Can you save me from myself? Can we cuddle and/or raise hell? Creation is orgasm for the brain. Quinoa in the fridge, thunder, sun, and Irvin Welsh, the tapestry to my depression. Bestir my skirt, void of pollen. Only one resume left. Suck my dirt. Tigers don't purr. The best life is on the other side of risk. All right, so I assume y'all are still on your first drink, but if you want to go buy a book, if you haven't yet, if you already bought a book, go buy another book. I will be there with my pen if anyone wants a signature. I'm happy to do that, of course. And it's just going to be a 10-minute intermission. So again, just enough time to stretch your legs, do your thing. If everything is good and stretched, you can just chill here and keep listening to the tunes.
Perspective and
wow, that's great. Good for you.
and I ended up texting a friend and I was like, yeah, I have so much to be grateful for, yet I'm so unhappy. And he's like, those aren't mutually
Really? That's great. Well, thank you so much for coming. Oh my God, I see it.
Wearing what I wore when you saw me before, knocking on your door. Growing up so sure that I wanna ignore just a midnight more. Let's shut all the blinds, lose track of time. I need a day to escape this state of mind. So if you got a 20 to borrow, baby, I'll buy another bag of the floral. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow, baby. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow, baby. I'll figure out tomorrow, tomorrow. I don't wanna wake up and water the plants, date a businessman. I just wanna dance like I know how to dance, cancel all my plans. Pour me a drink on ice with a slice of lime. I need a night to forget I'm in my prime. So if you got a 20 to borrow, baby, I'll buy another bag of the floral. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow, baby. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow, baby. I'll figure out tomorrow, tomorrow. I'm not where I thought I'd be by now. I thought I'd be on TV by now. We're living in a beautiful condo, maybe. So if you got a 20 to borrow, baby, I'll buy another bag of the floral. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow, baby. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow. We'll think about tomorrow, tomorrow, baby. I'll figure out tomorrow, baby.
Sometimes we dance, sometimes we fight, sometimes we lift, get lifted all night. That's how we live, that's who we are, that's what we do. Hey, Charlie with the fang, Jason with the chain, Adrian and James. They brought the bar, Corey's at the door, Maddie's on the porch, I'm wasted on the floor. Right where we all belong. Right where we all belong. She brought some friends, he brought some wine. We empty the bag till we have a good time. We don't need no reason not to celebrate. Got Stacy screaming cheers. tears from the chandelier. Jamie's getting weird. Matt's on guitar, playing Wonderwall, chasing waterfalls as we sing along. Right where we all belong. 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 Charlie with the fang, Jason with the chain, Adrian and James. They brought the bar, Corey's at the door, Maddie's on the porch, I'm wasted on the floor. Right where we all belong. Right where we all belong. Right where we all belong. Right where we all belong.
That's true. You can do whatever you want. Oh, well. You can't do that either. No. You have to go to
10 minutes goes fast. I think we're going to be dimming the lights again. Not that I don't love seeing all your beautiful faces. I guess the lights aren't dimming. They're getting brighter for me. Spooky. All right, so before we start again, I'd like to open with some announcements. I hate this part. No, like seriously. Being a writer sucks. You essentially devote your life to rejection, and then you have to turn around and tell everyone how happy you are. I'm going to be vulnerable for a minute, as if this isn't vulnerable enough. Mascara, help me. I was terrified of putting this event on. Mostly because my first book party for Sluts and Horrors was during COVID, so it had to be online. I know nothing about putting on online events, and some very nasty people crashed. They heckled me, they heckled the other performers, and I would love to make some kind of sassy joke about that. But the truth is, it was super traumatizing and devastating. I don't have a manager. I don't have an agent yet. I'm traditionally published as opposed to self-published, so those sweet little presses are actually doing the editing and publishing and disseminating portion of this, but apart from that, this is all me. Events like this, promotion, begging bookstores to stock my books, which they very rarely do. And it is so devastating to put your body and soul into something and see how quickly and callously people can tear it apart. But that is the vulnerability of art. You're taking the squishiest, ugliest, most desperate parts of yourself and going, "Here, stranger, please be gentle." It's a lot like love that way, which I also suck at. But I want to be vulnerable because in art and in love, it's worth it just to try. The best things in life are vulnerable, including life itself. But I don't want to bullshit. I'm so stoked to see all of you here tonight, but I don't want to stand up in front of you and say, "I'm great," or even, "I'm okay," because I'm not okay. My Chemical Romance songs become more relevant as years go on, not less. But that's precisely why I want to be vulnerable and trembling in front of you all tonight, because the law of averages states that I am not the only person in this room who is struggling. Even if you've never wanted to die or tried to, each and every one of you has pain in your story. And even if I can't be that literal shoulder that you cry on, I want you to know that I care about you. And you fucking matter. And the world fucking needs you. I want my words to comfort and inspire you. And if my writing can convince one person to stick around, I will consider my career and my life a total success. Despite feeling like such a fucking loser. I mean what I say in the introduction to this book. This one's for the weirdos. And that means anyone Who has ever felt weird or off or fucking wrong or like you don't belong? Or even if you fit in, you felt like you shouldn't? Even if your life looks gorgeous from the outside and you're sitting there wondering if you did it all wrong. And maybe you're even wondering if you would take the chance to make it right. I wrote this book for you, all of you, everyone. Anyone who needs that friend in their pocket, that imaginary shoulder to cry on. So yeah, like, being a writer sucks. Art sucks. Love fucking sucks. Even life sucks sometimes, but it is so worth it to try and to be here with all of you. I can't tell you what you've done for me tonight, and I just hope that I can repay you even in the slightest way with this book and all the fucking other ones that are coming. So, really, thanks for being here. So, it's time for announcements. I guess keeping with the vulnerability theme, I was very excited to get to announce that I got into an MFA program for creative writing at Goddard College. Oh, wait. But Goddard College is closing its doors due to financial difficulty before I started my program. So I do believe that everything happens for a reason, and I do believe everything works out, but if anyone has some prayers or good vibes to send my way, because believe it or not, there aren't a lot of creative writing MFA programs stoked to take on a weird little pixie with very little academic accolades. So we'll see. Stay tuned for that one. Similar theme, but this one has a happy ending. Thurston Howell Publications, the publisher that released Sluts and Whores in 2021, is going under due to financial difficulty. Which would essentially render Sluts and Whores out of print. But there's a happy ending to this one. Querencia Press, the Chicago publisher that has released Losers and Freaks, has agreed to add Sluts and Whores to their catalog. It's actually pretty exciting. We're going to do a 5th year anniversary edition. So it's going to be out in 2026. It's going to be extended and revised. There will be never before seen stories alongside old favorites like Fun Farm and GTFO #1, which, as some of you know, was made into an award-winning animated short film. And most exciting for me is this revised version is closer to my original vision for the text. So it's going to have a lot of a lighter editing touch, and I'll be able to truly say that I'm proud of it. So stay tuned, 2026, Sluts and Whores will live again. Then I do also have just a little bit of news. Leith Press has picked up my horror novella, It's Elizabeth. So no release date on that, but another notch on the CV bedpost is always good. And that's it. So continuing the vulnerability theme, because let's face it, it's fucking legit. I'm gonna do something I've never done before. I'm going to read from a yet unpublished novel. Those of you who know me very well know that I have a very bad habit of writing novels. I wrote my first when I was 11 years old, and I've written 6-ish since. Yes, I have lost count. None of them are published yet, and I was going to be delighted to preface this with, oh, this is from Ants in January, which just won the Quill Prose Award from Red Hen Press. But it didn't. But I want to read it anyway, because I do think it's beautiful. I do think it deserves a home. And I'd also like to read it in honor of, fuck mascara, it doesn't do anything. In honor of my sweet kitty who passed away. And she was my support in every sense of the world. And like, she was ancient, okay? Like, she was a true crypt kitty, she was. But, you're never prepared, for your baby leaving. But what's interesting is, back when I wrote this book, I think I was cognizant of her preparing to leave the physical plane because a very apparent motif in the book is, my cat is still alive. And I'm like checking constantly. And that's very apparent in this chapter. And this chapter is called, This is When You Realized I Will Never Obey the Laws of Tense. And this is from Ants in January. My cat remains in her body. She is alive. I hear her purrs and see her fur flutter in that perfect way that only a feline form contains. To be in her body means she is near me. All of my family are disembodied voices. My great aunt leaves a voicemail like a portent from the grave. My mom and dad are floating heads. The boyfriend is a whisper that crackles. Blame my flip phone or his shoddy speaker on his fancy device that can do just about everything but call. I woke up drenched and alone except for my cat. She purred. I purred back. We remind each other we're alive. I woke up bleeding from that delightful portal between my legs that always drags me back to hell. I woke up delighted to exist and terrified to live in a world that will only adulate perfect semicolons. If you think my phone's outdated, wait till you see my internet browser. I log in seeking scraps of validation. No grades yet. No perfect semicolons either. I have to wait. I have to keep working. I wish I could stun you with my vivid descriptors, but in that moment, all I could feel was grumpy shoulder blade and soft cunt softly pouring over the pad I put on the night before because serendipity was merciful that day. There's nothing cool or edgy or shocking to say about the thrift store sweater that remains true to its name, and same for the sweatpants. This was the moment when something magical would happen, because magic is as much escape as elevation. But when you're in school, there's no time for magic. There are only facts. Facts are what make life so difficult to live. Like the facts pertaining to my grandmother's ashes. Like the fact that our bodies turned to ash in the first place. Like the fact that Strunk and White abhorred the phrase, the fact that. And fair enough, it lacks elegance but has rhythm. I like that. I like writing that pulses and breathes, maybe taps a nervous foot in a vegetarian cafe. I like cafes that charge a reasonable $10 for a sandwich. I like old men with older beards who rant about how we need affordable housing. I like the weird kids who want to talk to me about how could he shoot the albatross. I like the mean kids who need to learn to be kind. I especially love the kids who think I'm younger than them and speak to me with compassionate condescension, because in all honesty, I need that tenderness. For my age is not my age, and they are correct to assume I'm a baby green and fresh from the earth. I'm a kid, like my senior cat's a kitten. Because when we were little, we had no time for such frivolous nonsense. We were born with agendas. We forgot to learn to play. Now our knees are obstinate. Our idea of a party is sleeping until 8. This was the ultimate exercise in humility. I was 10 years too old to be working on my BA. I should have been finishing my master's. I should have won a Lambda. I should already be something. But I'm not even sure I picked the right name. What business do I have naming anything? Kitty creaks back to her box, even the air a burden. We cannot choose if we get old, but at least we can choose to be happy. She is happy, even with her bad bones and troublesome thyroid. Even in pain, the best cats purr. Now, time's doing a funny thing with us because the first half went so fast and this one's going slow. So I think I'm going to throw caution to the wind and do my original set. And I apologize in advance to the Grindstone, but I think I'm feeling it. Let's do this. So this is our penultimate reading. I'm going to read one more thing from Losers and Freaks. I actually performed this one at Soul Speak a while back, an awesome event here by an amazing local poet and writer. And there's actually a Soul Speak on right after this. So stay tuned, seriously. There's some amazing performers always there. And then we're going to do some very weird performance art, which might push us over the edge. We'll see. But this is called One Last Stop. I told him not to trust you. Do you hate me for that? So what if you do? It was true. I knew the moment I saw you. Slutty dress, ridiculous shoes. That smile I've seen too many times on too many faces. A deer trying to make friends with headlights. Is this what it's like for everyone? Are we together in our aloneness? The geese float away with the river, strangely immune to anxiety. We're fucked. We freak out at cobwebs in the face, skeletons in the closet. Monkeys may wage war, but they don't drop bombs. What the fuck's the matter with us? We manufacture shoes that light up when a kid runs, yet can't figure out how to love thy fucking neighbor. We divert rivers, soul paths. We miss the ones who hurt us. We ache for them. Fuck, no, I'm not saying I miss you. I'm just saying I know what it's like to hurt so hard, it's all you feel. Even when attacked from all sides, you got allies. Least of all the warrior in your heart. Oh, I know it sounds like bullshit. Just give me a chance. I'm trying to... Shit. Got a cigarette? Cheers. What I'm trying to say is I'm exhausted. I've seen too many dreams, not only broken, but cracked open and left to die on the pavement. Too many bruises, split lips, wilted breasts. Too many girls who never made it to women. Too many women who could have made a difference. I've seen enough ignorance to know the importance of education. I've known enough cruelty to understand kindness is essential. That's what I'm trying for, kid, kindness. I might not look it, but we all dress up our hearts differently. I used to believe pain held us together. Really, it's the moments. Falling calendars, mosh pits. When we fall down, when we hold each other up. I tried to help you. Everyone did. No, I'm not telling you to stay. Just think for a minute. Say you get through. What then? This ain't a rom-com. And even if it were, only the men are allowed to be crazy. Quit revving the motor. Cars have feelings too. Yes, I've been meditating. When life's shit, there's nothing to do but try to work at it. You get that, don't you? I never liked you. Feelings probably mutual. Doesn't matter. We're connected. Him, you, me, everyone, everywhere. And damn, do we need each other. You need me. I need you. Oh, fuck, not again. I know you think I kicked you out, but you did that to yourself. Listen. You think you're some glossy angel in disguise? You got too much bile for that gig. You're a shadow worker, kid. You got the deadly touch, evil eye, whatever you want to call it. Is that better than being a victim? It ain't. Unless you stay and fight. He ran, okay? From you, this, me, everyone, all of it. And I guess we can't blame him. But if everyone runs, what'll happen to this place? Folks like us, the girls, the geeks, the freaks, queerdos, subs, dykes, the pleasers, the pussies, the nerds, losers and lepers and whores, and dreamers with a list of rejections longer than their spine and dark circles darker than the new moon's light. We got a different destiny. We lack the luxury of giving up, running off to somewhere better. We choose this because we must. It's our duty to stay. It's our duty to survive. We might just make it. problem is I have to preface this with an explanation, otherwise it's going to be like, what? Okay, so I want to do something weird. And I've been really sick, so I've had no time to practice. So this will either be awesome or really bad, but that fits with the evening, okay? My book is not called Well-Adjusted Citizens and Overnight Successes. So I'm going to read something from No Actual Sin, which is probably my favorite chapbook to date. It won the May Day chapbook contest, and its prize was to exist. I did a series in here where I would put a random song on repeat and then write something based on how I was inspired by that song. So each piece is called the song title on repeat. This is called The Truth is a Lie on repeat. The Truth is a Lie is a fantastic song by the fantastic composer Jonathan Larson. Most people know him, of course, as the creator of Rent, who died tragically the night before Rent's first public performance after toiling in frozen obscurity. So he's definitely a man after my own heart. The song is all just total irony, which makes very clear Jonathan Larson's own ethical and political affiliations. So if you hear a line from it and go, it's like, he didn't mean it, okay? Like, it's okay, trust me. So I'm gonna do a funky thing. I'm gonna put the song on and read the piece on top of it, and hopefully there will be something akin to harmonization. So we're gonna give it a try. And then we probably have to clear out, like, right away. So, this is The Truth is a Lie on repeat, featuring Jonathan Larson. How about I never fall in love? I could stop asking questions, dreading texts, whispering, fuck you. Or maybe I can't blame you for my bitterness. At least when I'm sick, I sleep in. Depression might be vacation. Orgasms are distracting. And I still hate myself when I come thinking of women. I still hate myself. I still hate. If I'm just my brain, I can fix this. We can trigger creativity, prevent strokes, breed out poverty, digitize respect, program success. We won't have to mourn anymore. I wish I could sink into the world like those soft mattresses I hate. Like the hammock that was too cold when he left to stoke the fire. Goodbyes are unnecessary when relationships are born from swipes. All is ghosts because all is screens, because touch is scary and intimacy worse. Our ambition is too animalistic. Our instincts too sincere. As for enlightenment, it's out of reach. A folly worse than celebrity. Why do we strive? Why bother?
The moon is cheese, and everyone should own a gun.
Why do I wake up every day to change the world? And lose all hope by 3:30.
Don't go to the mirror. Don't you know what you might see? Don't look at the picture. Don't go to the theater. Don't you know what you will see?
Why do I let myself fall in love over and over and still hope it will be different this time? Is this the same madness as writing another book, submitting another story, like all those cold calls Jonathan Larson sent out like bottled messages into space? Waiting for the signal. That would take him back home. Thank you so much.
Open your eyes, please. Turn your smile. We can ride with now as well. You start freaking out, wishing you were peeking out. Hold it together now.